up, everybody? It's Matt from Rocky's War Room. Tonight I have another Let's Build video of Chõbei's Renegades for the game Test of Honor, our 28mm Samurai miniatures game. And we're going to be building this in its entirety. I'm going to check out what's inside after dropping something. There we go. All right, there's the box. We get your cards. Let's take those open right now. Show you guys those. You get Chõbei. He's always counts as having 2 less blood drops than he actually has, huh? Interesting. That's cool. I like that. You have a renegade group. Looks like they're armed with a bowman and 2 spearmen. So the group counts as armed with spears for melee and bows for shooting. That's pretty cool. We got some other various cards for the campaign. Some more renegades. Just a simple renegade with a spear. Looks like we got a renegade with a musket, a renegade with bow, and some more campaign cards and another renegade group. So those are the cards. You get 3 group bases. Chõbei himself. That's pretty awesome. Looks like all you got to do is put on his samurai. Is that a samurai sword in there? Yeah, that's a samurai sword there. And of course you got the heads for the renegades. So that's a pretty cool looking model. Wow, I really like him. We're going to do some awesome, when we paint it, we're going to do some sort of awesome dragon tattoo on his belly with a free hand. That'll be fun. 10 bases. And you get 2 sprues. Looks like it's 1 of the missile troops, Ashigaru missile troops, and 1 of the regular samurai, because you got to put a couple spears on and a bowman in a group. I think I'm going to make 2 groups of the renegade groups, and possibly just one extra man of each, depending on how many is in the box. And looks like in the box here you get 18 cards, 11 figures, 10 heads, and 3 group bases. So 11 miniatures, 10 miles. Yeah, let's see, one group, and 1 extra one. Okay, that'll work. I can do that. We'll have to decide whether we want a bow or a musket. I'll probably just build what's on the back of the box, though, as I usually do. Looks like they have 1, 2, 3 spearmen, 1, 2 bowmen. No, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spearmen, 2 bowmen, and there's a musketman. I'm guessing that's what that is. Yep. So that's probably where we're going to build. You'll have 1 group of renegades, 1 group of renegades, and 1 extra guy. So we're going to paint them just like this here too. So using that green, the black uniforms, just what's on the box. I love the box art, and that way I can know these are Chõbei's renegades. So all right, that's what's in the box. So we're going to get to it, and I'll see you in a minute with these all put together. Okay, so I have them all laid out here. All their cards and the miniatures that I've cut out the pieces for each card. I kind of gather them together. I got 2 cards that are going to be separate that I'm not going to have miniatures for. But here is 1, 2, 3 groups of the renegade groups, which have 2 spearmen and an archer. So the group counts as armed with spears for melee and bows for shooting, which is brilliant. I love that. I love that a lot. I got 3 groups of those and 1 musketman, because the other ones, this one can be broken down with any melee weapon. So this card can be played with any melee weapon. And this one here is with bow. So if I want to separate one of these guys and just make them one of the bowmen, it's 2 points. Here's the card. So these aren't going to get miniatures built for them out of this kit. They're going to get set to the side. So we have Chõbei himself, 3 main, there's 1 up here, groups of the renegade groups, which have the spears and the bows for shooting, and 1 musketman. So that's what we're going to build today. And what I'm using to put them together is just some plastic glue to put together the plastic parts And for Chõbei, we'll be using a CA glue. So make sure when you're clipping them out, use some sort of, model clippers and get the mold lines with either a hobby knife or a mold line remover. So there you go. I'm not using the heads out of the kit. I have a reason for that. There's another starting warband box that I have that I'm going to be making with all the metal heads that I've gotten out of these kits that I have an idea for. So if you don't, that's the reason why you're not seeing the metal heads with this kit. But other than that, I'm going to get to it. right, there you have it, folks. There is the Chõbei's Renegades. I built 3 times Renegade groups. That's 2 spearmen and a bowman. I built 1 arquebusier with a musket. This guy right here. And of course you have Chõbei himself. Beautiful model, just brilliant model. Here's the musketman. Here's one of the spearmen. And you really, when you're building these, you really got to be wary of the arms. You got to dry fit the arms for sure to make sure they fit correctly. I had trouble with this one. You got to fasten the spear inside this hand before you actually glue it on. It makes it a heck of a lot easier in being able to move this around exactly where you want it, the spear itself. You know, take a look at the arms, dry fit them, of course. And when I'm building these miniatures, especially the ones from Warlord Games, they're old War Games factory type miniatures, and you gotta, you know, glue the legs, glue the torso, glue the arms, glue the head, you know, everything to it. You definitely want to make sure you glue the head. I'm sorry, glue the legs together, then glue them to the base, and then move to the next one and do the same thing until you're all done with all of them. I usually put together about 10 to 12 at a time. I put them together in groups of 3 this time, though. Just to kind of show you guys what's involved. You can do them in little groups of 3, but I'd recommend doing them all at once, where you got all the legs, then you put on all the torsos, then you put on all the heads, and then you figure out the arms and stuff like that and go from there. So I have the group bases for the 3 groups. There's 3 of them. And if I want to run a 1-point, you know, Renegade, he can be equipped with any melee weapon, right? So I'm actually going to take probably one of my other figures, and I can use this card for one of my other figures from Test of Honor. And he can be armed with any melee weapon. And if I just want to do a bowman by himself, I have plenty of bowmen, extra bowmen that I can just fit in here. So points-wise, looks like this is 3, 6, 9, 15, 16, 17 points if you want to field this right here. This is about 20 points if you put all this together and have 2 more models. So it's about 16, 17 points altogether. And obviously you want to do 24. So you want to add something, the normal size of 20 to 24 in Test of Honor. You want to add a few to this, like maybe some Ronin or some Brigands and Bandits or something along those lines. Heck, maybe even a Mounted Samurai. But yeah, other than that, they went together great. Like I said, I used CA glue on him, and the rest of them I used the plastic glue for. And it just kind of welds it together. I think these miniatures here are important to have some sort of like plastic weld because they're so fiddly, and they'll be secured to the model a little bit better. And you can position them as you're gluing them because they'll stay. And once they're dry, they're dry. Like I was moving some of the heads on the archers because I didn't put them on correctly. I put them on facing forward, and I was able to turn their head because the glue wasn't completely dry yet. So, but other than that, I'm happy these are put together. We're going to put some paint on them and get them on the table. I really like the ability of being able to take, you know, a group that counts as bows for shooting and spears as in melee. I mean, that's a good advantage because they can be either or, and for 3 points. So that's 1 point per model basically. But I really like this. I really like this this set. So thanks for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please tell a friend. Like this video. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you guys would do with this kit. What would you build out of this? I did not use the heads, by the way. I did not use the metal heads. I have that for another project. But if you are using the metal heads on this, on these, you want to use CA glue to attach those metal heads to the top part, and it'll do just fine. But leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. And last but not least, from me to you, ta-ta, and we'll catch you in the next video.